It was started by United, ended by Everton, this kind of downfall, and that makes it even more miserable. Our two biggest rivals. Well, I think that's it. I think it's safe to say the title race is done for Liverpool. There are 4 games. It would take an absolute miracle from here, but we have just gone and lost 2-0 to Everton. We now trail Arsenal by 3. I think we're a point ahead of City, but they've got 2 games in hand on us. Like, it is an absolute train wreck this past month and this end of the season in general. I don't know what on earth I've just watched, but that is not the Liverpool we know. A Merseyside derby, you're in a title fight. Where was the fight? It was not there from the players from the first minute to the last. Like, for Everton, we talk about this means more for Liverpool is our slogan, right? But it looked like it meant a whole heck of a lot more to Everton tonight because they gave everything. I know physically their players, they're a lot more of a physical side anyway, but they had the aggression, they had the passion out there on the pitch to show that they were fighting for it. And honestly, they didn't need the points as much as we did. They beat Forest on the weekend to bounce back from their thrashing at Chelsea. And if they looked like they're probably going to be safe from relegation this season regardless, this was a bit of a free hit for them. And maybe that's why the pressure seemed to tell for us more. But we needed it. Where was the fight from a side that are trying to keep their title hopes hanging by a thread? As it is, we were in probably the weakest position of the 3 clubs in that title hunt. And I think after tonight, it is probably just 2 clubs left. It's going to need a huge miracle from here, but we have to be realistic at some point. Yes, go and try and win all 4 games regardless and see what happens. Maybe, this crazy season has another twist to come, but it does look like it's too far gone now because we just keep throwing away. My thumbnail is going to have the word bottled in the top corner. Don't get me wrong, I don't think we've bottled the title. I don't think anyone can in such a tight race between 3 teams where it's minimal differences in the points and no one's really had a commanding lead at the top of the league. But we bottled the occasion, we bottled this Merseyside derby, we bottled this match because we have just not shown up with the level required for a game like this. And the chances were still there. Nunez misses a huge one where it just comes and he hits it right at Pickford, and you're just thinking, you've got the entire rest of the goal, man. This is big. One of the biggest problems with him. Always we question his footballing IQ to make the right decisions in these moments. He's got so much ability, and it's just so sad to see it so wasted because he doesn't get it right in these key moments. Salah as well, thrashing at a few shots, misses some good chances. Diaz hits the post, but again, it was just another night of seeing chances come by and go to waste. But despite all the talk of our wastefulness that was again on show tonight, despite that focus on our attack in the last month or so, I just don't understand why there's not more questions on our defence as well, because it was shambles. The 2 goals we concede are so poor. It's just, again, it's like the first goal in particular, it kind of comes into the box and it's these like half clearances that just aren't struck away with conviction. I think it comes to one of our players who half kicks it away to Braithwaite, who then bundles it in for Everton for their first. Again, from the second, they score with a corner, and it's just weak defending. Like, we're just not up to it to the level that Everton were. And this is an Everton side that were just beaten 6-0 by Chelsea not long ago. Like, I know they're going to step it up for us like they do every season. We're their biggest fixture, especially at Goodison Park. I think before today, we had 9 draws in our last 11 at Goodison Park. So it was always going to be a very, very tough fixture. We knew that, and we knew it would be a potential banana peel. But come on, man, this was shambolic. It was a really, really miserable watch. And I saw Jurgen Klopp towards the end of the game just sat on the sidelines, similar to Atalanta a week and a half or two ago. And yeah, I mean, he said he was running out of energy. I don't blame him. I am too, watching this. It's very, very difficult to see how we salvage anything from here. Top 4, it's not mathematically sealed, but it should be good to hang on unless things somehow get so much worse from here. But title race, yeah, we're hoping on a miracle at this point. It's long gone. We have to I don't want us to start thinking about next season just yet, because that's a dangerous mentality to have anyway. Like, we were hoping that Liverpool would win tonight and try and just be ready to pounce on any opportunity. They've got to do that regardless for the 4 games, as slim as any shot at a title looks. But yeah, I mean, it is miserable run of form, and it kind of, I take it back to that Manchester United game where we drew and dropped points in the league, having just seen a week prior Man City and Arsenal draw and hand us the initiative. We drew against Man United, we've lost against Everton, and this little bracket of form between these two games, it was started by United, ended by Everton, this kind of downfall, and that makes it even more miserable. Our two biggest rivals kind of at either side of this shocking just period. But take this period to the side for a moment, and there's a lot of positives to look at across the season for Liverpool. We have to remember that. We have to still believe that there's a lot of ability in this side, and hopefully the right signings and so on maybe push us on to something else next season. But hopefully for now, right now, living in this moment now, they can rediscover some of what they've just been lacking in the last month or so, rediscover what they had across the season, and just go and win 4 football games and see where they land. Because, yeah, forget title talk. Just win 4 football games, please, on the bounce. See where you land at the end of it. And, yeah, that will be it for me. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Of course, if you're rival fans, enjoy, lap it up, whatever. The hate watching must have been tremendous for you tonight. Liverpool fans, where do we go from here? Let me know. I usually do try and pick a player of the match from the Liverpool ranks. It's very difficult when they've played shockingly poor. I would give it to Luis Diaz today. I think he's the one player who kind of seemed like they had anything about him. Again, we know his end product's not quite there. The post is what denies him today a goal that maybe would have sparked some life into the game. But he at least had some fight about him. He had some drive. He was making runs that actually were going somewhere. Others were taking kind of pot shots and just hoofing the ball into nothingness, really. He was at least creating something at times. So I'll give it to him. But, I mean, it says a lot when you're trying to desperately try and find a reason to give a player the player of the match from your side. But, yeah, that will be it for this one. Until the next one. Which is Saturday 12:30 away to West Ham. Not looking forward to that, to be honest. But until that one, take care.